Okay, so I have to tell you something embarrassing that happened to me last week.
Oh no, already? We haven't even started yet.
I know, but this is relevant, I promise. So I was on a video call with a client, a new one based in New York, and I said focus. And she thought I said something else, something very different.
Wait, no.
Yes, the call went completely silent for like 3 seconds, and then she just said, "Excuse me?"
That is brutal. That is genuinely one of the worst things that can happen on a professional call.
I wanted to disappear. And the worst part, I've been speaking English for years. I know the word, I use it all the time. But in that moment, under pressure, my mouth just did its own thing.
That's the thing though, right? Knowing a word and actually producing it under pressure, those are two completely different skills.
Completely different. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. Hey everyone, I'm Lena, and this is the Talkmates.
And I'm Max. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is for people who want to speak English the way real native speakers do. Not textbook English, not exam English, actual, natural, confident English.
We focus on things your class probably never taught you. The rhythm, the sounds, the small habits that make someone sound fluent, even if their grammar isn't perfect.
And today, we're going deep on one of the most powerful tools for pronunciation. It's called shadowing. And if you've never tried it, or you tried it and gave up, stay with us, because we're breaking it down in a way that actually makes sense.
And yes, you can do this in 15 minutes a day. That's it.
Let's get into it.
Max, before my embarrassing story, had you ever had a pronunciation moment like that, where you mispronounced something at the absolute worst time?
Oh, constantly. When I was living in London, I ordered soup in a restaurant, and the waiter brought me soap. Like actual soap. I don't know what came out of my mouth, but it wasn't soup.
How does that even happen?
Honestly, because I had only ever read the word. I'd never actually listened carefully to how a native speaker says it and tried to copy it in real time. I just guessed at the sound.
And that is exactly the problem shadowing solves.
So let's explain it. Shadowing, in the simplest terms, is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say almost at the same time, like an echo, but slightly behind.
The key phrase is almost at the same time. You're not waiting for them to finish a sentence, you're following right behind them, like a shadow. That's where the name comes from.
And the reason it works is because it trains your mouth, your tongue, your lips, your whole physical speaking system to move the way native speakers move. You're not memorizing sounds. You're building muscle memory.
It's the same reason athletes watch film. You watch, you imitate, your body learns.
A singer doesn't just listen to music and hope they absorb it. They sing along, they mimic, they try to match the exact tone and timing.
And that's what we're doing with English pronunciation. You're training your voice the same way.
The beautiful thing about shadowing is that it works on everything at once. The individual sounds, yes, but also the rhythm, the stress, the intonation, the way words blend into each other.
That blending piece is huge. Native speakers don't say each word separately. They connect them. What are you doing becomes what you doing. I don't know becomes I don't know.
And if you've only ever studied words in isolation, that blending sounds like a completely different language.
Shadowing is how you close that gap.
And you can start today, literally today, with 15 minutes.
Okay, let's talk about how to actually do it. Because I've seen people try shadowing and quit after 2 days. Not because it doesn't work, but because they're doing it in a way that just frustrates them.
The wrong approach usually looks like this. Pick a movie, try to repeat everything, feel terrible because you can't keep up, quit.
Which is exactly what I did the first time.
Same. So let's fix that. The first thing you need is the right material. And this matters more than most people think.
You want something clear, natural, and not too fast. Think podcast conversations, YouTube interviews, TED Talks, TV shows with clean dialogue. Not action movies where everyone's whispering and explosions are happening.
Not a courtroom drama where the lawyer is speaking at 400 words per minute.
Start with something where you can hear every word comfortably. If you're straining just to understand it, it's too advanced for shadowing practice right now.
Once you have your material, here's a simple 15-minute structure. And I want to be clear, 15 minutes of focused shadowing is more effective than an hour of passive listening. Way more effective.
Minutes 1 to 3, just listen. Don't speak yet. Listen to a short clip, maybe 30 seconds to a minute long. Notice the rhythm. Notice where the speaker speeds up and slows down. Notice which words get the most emphasis.
You're doing reconnaissance. You're mapping the terrain before you walk through it.
Minutes 3 to 8, shadow out loud. Play the clip and speak along with it. Don't stop every time you make a mistake. Just keep moving with the speaker.
This is where people get tripped up. They stop because they missed one sound, lose the rhythm, and the whole thing falls apart. Don't stop. Keep going. You can fix specific sounds after.
Minutes 8 to 12, focus on one piece. Maybe it's a specific sound that felt wrong or a phrase that felt unnatural in your mouth. Isolate it. Repeat it. Slow it down if you need to.
And then minutes 12 to 15, record yourself. This is the part nobody wants to do.
Nobody.
But it's the most important part. Because your mouth and your ears are on the same team. They both want to believe you sound great. Recording is the honest third party.
When you play it back, you'll hear things you completely missed while speaking. A vowel that's slightly off. A stress pattern that's wrong. A word you're rushing through.
And then, tomorrow you do it again. Same clip or a new one. 15 minutes.
Consistency over intensity. Every single time. There's something I want to add that I think is underrated in the shadowing conversation.
Go for it.
Emotion. The emotional content of what you're shadowing matters a lot more than people realize.
Say more about that.
When you shadow something flat, like a textbook audio recording, very neutral, very monotone, you get good at sounding flat and neutral. But real English is expressive. Real speakers emphasize words, slow down for effect, drop their voice at the end of a thought, go higher when they're surprised.
The music of the language.
Exactly. So if you want to sound natural, you need to practice with material that has emotional range. Interviews where someone is telling a real story. Conversations where someone is genuinely laughing or frustrated or excited.
Because you're not just copying sounds, you're learning to carry meaning with your voice. That's what fluency actually sounds like from the outside.
And here's a technique that takes it one step further. After you've practiced a clip, close it and imagine you're telling that same story to a friend. Try to reproduce the energy, not just the words.
That's actually something professional voice coaches use.
It moves you from imitation into real production, which is ultimately the goal.
There's another layer worth mentioning. Shadowing in front of a mirror.
People really resist this one.
They do, but watching your mouth while you speak is genuinely useful. A lot of English sounds require a specific mouth shape that your native language probably doesn't use. The TH sound, for example, your tongue actually has to come forward between your teeth. If you've never watched yourself do it, you might think you're doing it when you're not.
The mirror makes it impossible to hide from yourself.
Combine that with recording. You have visual feedback and audio feedback at the same time. That's a powerful combination.
The last thing I'd add is variety. Don't shadow only one accent. Expose yourself to American English, British English, Australian English, different regional voices. You don't need to imitate all of them, but hearing them makes your ear more flexible.
A flexible ear leads to a more flexible voice.
And a more flexible voice means you can communicate with more people in more situations with more confidence.
Which is the whole point.
All right, let's talk about what goes wrong. Because there are some really common mistakes that either slow people down or stop them completely.
Mistake number 1, and this is the biggest one, shadowing without understanding what you're saying.
Yes. Shadowing is not copying random sounds. If you don't understand the meaning, you won't absorb the natural stress patterns. Because stress in English follows meaning. We stress the words that carry the most important information.
So if you're just parroting sounds, you might get the sounds right, but the stress will be off, and it'll still sound unnatural.
Always understand what you're shadowing first. That's why the first step in the 15-minute practice is pure listening and comprehension.
Mistake number 2, using material that's too fast or too advanced too early. I see beginners trying to shadow rap music or fast stand-up comedy.
Impressive ambition. Also a recipe for immediate frustration.
Match the material to your current level. As your ear and your mouth improve, gradually push into harder content, but don't start there.
Mistake number 3, only shadowing and never speaking freely. Shadowing is a training tool. It's not the destination. If all you do is shadow, you'll get really good at repeating things, but not at producing natural speech on your own.
You have to take what you learn and use it in real conversations, in your own sentences, in your own stories.
The muscle memory has to transfer, and it only transfers when you practice using it freely.
Mistake number 4, quitting after a week because you don't hear results yet.
Pronunciation changes slowly. That's just the truth. You might not notice a difference for 3 or 4 weeks, but then one day someone says, "Your English sounds so natural," and you realize it's been working the whole time.
The results are always there before you can hear them yourself.
Keep going. Okay, let's do something together right now. Something you can actually try while you're listening.
I'm going to say a sentence, and we want you to shadow along out loud, not just in your head. Actually say the words.
Ready? Here's the first one.
I didn't even realize how much time had passed.
Now, once more, a little slower so you can feel the rhythm.
I didn't even realize how much time had passed.
Notice where Max naturally puts the stress. Realize, time, past. Those carry the meaning. The other words sort of glide between them.
English is a stress-timed language. The stressed syllables hit at roughly regular intervals, and everything else squeezes in between. That's what gives English its rhythm.
Let's try another one. This one has connected speech in it.
I've been meaning to call you, but I kept forgetting.
Did you hear how I've been blends together? Not I have been. I've been. And butta almost sounds like but I when said naturally.
Say it with us. I've been meaning to call you, but I kept forgetting.
One more. This one's more expressive.
Honestly, I had no idea it was going to turn out like this.
Notice the small pause after honestly? That's intentional. Native speakers use those micro pauses for emphasis and for natural breath.
Keep that pause when you say it. Honestly, I had no idea it was going to turn out like this.
If you said those out loud, even quietly, even just mouthing them, you just did shadowing. That's the whole practice.
And if it felt awkward or uncomfortable, that's completely normal. It means you're doing something new with your voice. That discomfort is progress.
All right, let's bring it home. What do we want everyone to actually walk away with today?
First, shadowing is one of the most effective pronunciation tools that exists. It works because it trains muscle memory, rhythm, stress, and connected speech all at the same time.
Second, 15 minutes a day is enough, but it has to be focused. Listen first. Shadow out loud. Isolate what felt hard. Record yourself. That's your loop.
Third, use emotional, natural material. Real conversations, real people, real stories, not flat recordings from a textbook.
Fourth, combine shadowing with free speaking. Take what you're learning and actually use it. Voice messages, conversations, talking to yourself in the mirror, whatever it takes.
And fifth, give it time. Pronunciation is physical. You're retraining your mouth. That takes weeks, not days. But it
absolutely works.
And honestly, I wish someone had told me about shadowing earlier. That client call situation would not have happened.
Well, it still might have happened. Focus is genuinely a tricky word.
Max.
I'm just being honest. But with shadowing practice, the recovery would have been a lot smoother.
That's fair. Okay, everyone. If this episode helped you, share it with one person who's working on their English. One person. That's how we grow.
And if you have a pronunciation nightmare story, like Lena's, drop it in the comments. We read every single one.
We genuinely do. Thanks for spending this time with us. We'll see you in the next one.
See you next time.